Hey, 49ers faithful. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. Christian McCaffrey has once again become the center of attention, and this time is not for his dazzling performances on the field. Rumors have started swirling around the locker room of the San Francisco 49ers, and insiders suggest that McCaffrey has had enough of holding his tongue. Sources close to the team hint that the star running back has been expressing frustration about what he perceives as a lack of support from the management toward the players. In private conversations that somehow found their way to the press, McCaffrey reportedly did not mince words, saying that the organization seems to prioritize optics and profits over the well-being and cohesion of the squad. Fans who have followed his career know him as a professional with an unshakable work ethic, but even the most disciplined athletes can reach a breaking point when they feel unheard or unsupported. The whispers are that this is more than just a typical athlete's gripe. It is a crack in the foundation of the team's culture, one that could have ramifications far beyond the next game. Social media has erupted with speculation, debates, and theories about what exactly McCaffrey meant by his blunt comments, with analysts suggesting that this could be the beginning of a much larger narrative about internal turmoil. While the team tries to maintain an image of calm and focus, the buzz around McCaffrey's statements refuses to die down. Inside sources describe a locker room divided between those who fully support the star running back and those who feel his words are too harsh, too public, or perhaps even unfair. The sense of urgency is palpable, as insiders claim that the players are becoming increasingly vocal about leadership decisions, training regimens, and resource allocations. McCaffrey's willingness to speak out has reportedly inspired younger players to express their own frustrations, creating a ripple effect that management may not have anticipated. Some suggest that this could lead to a cultural shift within the team, but only if the front office is willing to listen, adapt, and act. The rumor mill indicates that meetings behind closed doors have intensified, with coaches and executives strategizing on how to address McCaffrey's claims without causing further unrest. Fans are watching closely, sensing a rare glimpse into the inner workings of a team usually shrouded in carefully managed narratives. As speculation grows, it seems almost inevitable that McCaffrey's words will continue to dominate conversations, both online and within professional circles, for weeks to come. There is talk among insiders that McCaffrey's frustrations are not solely about game day performance or personal accolades. Sources hint that he has been observing patterns of neglect in how player concerns are addressed, ranging from medical care to mental health support, and even in negotiating contracts fairly. Some suggest that McCaffrey feels a moral obligation to speak up for teammates who may not have the platform, the influence, or the courage to voice their concerns publicly. According to rumors, this has created tension with management, who allegedly prefer a more discreet handling of internal issues rather than letting them spill into the media. Analysts have started dissecting the subtext of McCaffrey's remarks, suggesting that the statements could be a wake-up call for the franchise. Veteran commentators speculate that if this narrative is ignored or dismissed, it could result in long-term repercussions for team morale, performance, and even future recruitment. Meanwhile, fans continue to speculate wildly about what truths McCaffrey revealed, with some claiming he hinted at favoritism, mismanagement, or lack of accountability among executives. Whether the public knows the full story or not, one thing is clear. Christian McCaffrey has broken a silence that many insiders believed was unbreakable, and the reverberations are already being felt throughout the league. The chatter among sports journalists has reached a fever pitch, with analysts debating whether McCaffrey's words mark the beginning of a player-led movement or simply the frustrations of a singular voice in a complex organization. Rumors claim that meetings between coaches and players have become more frequent, almost tense, as leadership tries to gauge the depth of discontent while maintaining authority. Some sources hint that McCaffrey's influence may encourage other star players to speak out, challenging the status quo and exposing vulnerabilities in the management's approach. Fans on social media are dissecting every interview, every practice observation, and every sideline expression, searching for clues that might validate the growing sense of a crisis within the 49ers organization. The narrative is evolving rapidly, with whispers of resignations, shifts in responsibilities, or even a potential overhaul in leadership if tensions escalate. Meanwhile, McCaffrey remains the enigmatic figure at the center, reportedly balancing his commitment to the team with an unwavering desire to demand respect and accountability. The speculation continues to grow, creating an atmosphere charged with anticipation and uncertainty, as everyone wonders just how deep this unrest truly goes. Those close to the team hint that this is not the first time frustrations have been simmering beneath the surface. Rumors suggest that previous internal disagreements, ignored complaints, and management missteps have contributed to a growing sense of disillusionment among the players. McCaffrey's public statements, while shocking to many, may simply be the tipping point in a series of unaddressed issues. Sports insiders note that the star running back's candid remarks have forced the organization into a corner, compelling executives to respond publicly in some fashion or risk further reputational damage. Meanwhile, speculation has begun to swirl about which other players might align with McCaffrey, creating whispers of potential factions within the locker room. Social media threads are overflowing with fans debating whether this will lead to tangible changes or simply fade as another headline. The intrigue is heightened by the secrecy surrounding internal meetings, creating an aura of mystery and drama that fuels the rumor mill even further. For those following the story closely, the sense is that the 49ers are at a crossroads, and Christian McCaffrey has become the unexpected catalyst for a conversation that many thought would never reach the public sphere. Analysts and commentators have begun drawing comparisons between this situation and previous high-profile player management conflicts across the league. Rumors suggest that McCaffrey's willingness to speak out could inspire a broader conversation about player rights, accountability, and leadership standards, not just within the 49ers, but across professional football. Some insiders hint that the ramifications could extend to coaching strategies, team morale, and even contract negotiations in ways that no one can fully predict yet. Fans are divided, with some praising McCaffrey's courage while others worry about the potential fallout from such public criticism. Meanwhile, sources suggest that executives are scrambling to manage optics, holding meetings, issuing statements, and attempting to regain control over a narrative that now seems to have taken on a life of its own. The rumor is that McCaffrey's comments are merely the beginning, and the coming weeks could reveal even more startling truths about the inner workings of the team. If the whispers are accurate, the 49ers may face a period of uncertainty, tension, and upheaval unlike anything the organization has experienced in recent memory, all ignited by one player's refusal to remain silent. The buzz around Christian McCaffrey's statements continues to grow, with insiders claiming that the locker room dynamics have shifted dramatically. Sources indicate that conversations that were once private are now being discussed openly, both among players and in unofficial circles with staff members. The rumor is that younger teammates feel emboldened by McCaffrey's bravery, seeing him as a voice for those who are often overlooked or underrepresented in discussions with management. Analysts are speculating that the team could be entering a critical period, where the actions taken in response to McCaffrey's remarks may determine not just the immediate atmosphere, but the long-term culture of the 49ers. Some insiders hint that tensions have already influenced practice routines, game preparation, and internal communication, suggesting that the impact of one player's words can ripple far beyond the initial statement. Fans have turned social media into a forum for analysis, theory crafting, and debate, creating an ecosystem of speculation that feeds off every interview snippet, every practice video, and every cryptic social media post. In many ways, the story has taken on a life of its own, becoming less about a single individual and more about a growing movement of accountability and transparency that could reshape the team from the inside out. Rumors continue to swirl about how management is reacting behind closed doors. Insiders hint that executives are torn between addressing the public fallout and preserving authority within the organization. Reports suggest that high-level meetings have become increasingly tense as the leadership attempts to strategize on how to respond without further inflaming player unrest. Some claim that Mccaffrey's remarks may force the team to make difficult decisions, including re-evaluating leadership roles, policies, and even contract priorities. Sports journalists speculate that this could lead to a chain reaction, inspiring other players to voice their frustrations or prompting a broader examination of the organizational culture. Fans are watching closely, analyzing body language, interviews, and off-field interactions for any indication of how deep the unrest truly goes. According to whispers from those close to the team, the uncertainty has created an atmosphere thick with anticipation, where every decision, statement, and reaction is scrutinized under a microscope. The story is evolving quickly, and many believe that Mccaffrey has unwittingly sparked a moment of reckoning that could have lasting consequences far beyond the immediate headlines. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The speculation extends beyond the locker room, reaching the fans, the media, and even rival teams. Some insiders suggest that rival organizations are quietly monitoring the situation, recognizing that the 49ers' internal tensions could influence their own strategies, recruitment, and negotiations. Analysts are drawing parallels to other high-profile conflicts in league history, considering how the resolution, or lack thereof, might serve as a template for future player management interactions. Fans are vocal, divided, and deeply invested, with social media threads overflowing with predictions, interpretations, and outright theories about what Mccaffrey meant and what might happen next. Behind the scenes, the rumor is that management is attempting damage control, strategizing on both public relations and internal measures to restore confidence without undermining McCaffrey's influence. The uncertainty, tension, and curiosity surrounding the team have created a media frenzy, and insiders hint that the next few weeks could reveal even more surprises as the story continues to unfold. The sense of drama is palpable, and it seems clear that this is just the beginning of a very complex chapter in the 49ers saga. Insiders continue to hint that McCaffrey's statements may have broader implications for team policy and player empowerment. Rumors suggest that executives are evaluating how to implement changes that could satisfy player concerns while preserving the competitive edge of the organization. Some claim that new protocols around communication, resource allocation, and player support are being considered, although details remain tightly under wraps. Analysts speculate that if these measures are executed thoughtfully, they could strengthen the bond between players and management. But if handled poorly, they could exacerbate tensions and invite further criticism. Fans are watching closely, speculating on the potential impact on both short-term performance and long-term organizational reputation. The story has become a microcosm of larger debates in professional sports about authority, voice, and fairness, with McCaffrey at the center as both a lightning rod and a catalyst for change. The whispers continue to grow louder, painting a picture of a team at a crossroads, one where the decisions made now could define the trajectory of the 49ers for years to come. Rumors indicate that the media frenzy itself is creating additional pressure on both players and management. Insiders report that interviews, social media engagement, and off-field commentary are being scrutinized intensely, with every statement dissected for hidden meaning or confirmation of speculation. Analysts suggest that this heightened attention could either unify the team or deepen divisions, depending on how leadership chooses to respond. Fans are increasingly invested, not just in McCaffrey's performance, but in the narrative surrounding his outspoken remarks. Every rumor, every report, and every insider account adds fuel to a fire that appears impossible to fully control. According to insiders, the tension is palpable at every team gathering, practice, and meeting, creating an atmosphere where both anticipation and uncertainty reign supreme. McCaffrey's voice, initially a simple expression of frustration, has evolved into a symbol of broader systemic questions within the 49ers, and the coming weeks promise revelations, reactions, and perhaps resolutions that few could have anticipated. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.